Before we begin our practice today, let's go ahead and sit down and have a little chat. I know I've been talking with a lot of my friends and family and clients, and it has been increasingly tough to be in the present moment these days. And I know it's always tough, right? There's always things pulling us in either direction. But especially right now, I think we're really focused on the past, things that we're missing, things that we wish we were doing, things that we, realize have importance in our life. And we're also really worried about the future. None of us really know what's gonna happen, and it's kind of on our minds. And both of those things are totally fine, right? It's okay to miss things that you liked. It is okay to be worried about what's gonna happen next. But I think the problem that I'm seeing with myself and with the people that I am in touch with is when that's consuming. When you're consistently only thinking about the things that you missed, and you're only thinking and worrying about what's going to happen next. So today's practice, I'm going to encourage you to use this as an opportunity to focus in on the present moment. Even if realistically it's only for this video, at least you have that time. Beyond that intention, today's practice, we are going to focus on opening through our shoulders, strengthening through our shoulders. So if you've been sitting down, kind of hunched over, this is going to be physically a really great practice as well. So, okay, that's all I have to say. Let's get into it. We'll begin today's practice from a comfortable seated position. You're welcome to bring a yoga block or something underneath your hips to elevate your seat if you're noticing that your knees have a hard time settling down. Wherever you find your comfortable seat, take a moment to adjust. Roll your shoulders back, let your hands rest softly on your knees, and we'll close our eyes for just a few moments. Taking this time to focus in on your body, starting to bring your awareness into the physical sensations that you feel here. Your hips connected to the ground or to your block. Your shins and feet on the ground. Your hands softly on your knees. Your shoulders back and down. As you become more aware of your body, bringing some awareness to your breath, noticing if it's deep or shallow, even or uneven. No matter where your breath is, slowly bringing the intention of deepening and lengthening your breath, not forcing it, but rather encouraging the breath in a little deeper, a little fuller. I like to think about a balloon. As you inhale, think about expanding that balloon in your belly. And as you exhale, think about deflating that balloon and the relaxation, the release that comes. During today's practice, I'm going to encourage you to focus on your body and your breath, ultimately bringing us into an awareness of the present moment. These days, it's easy to be consumed with thoughts of the past, maybe things that we're missing. And it's really easy to focus on the future, what will happen, maybe worries or thoughts of fear. Rather than living in either of those two places, today we'll use our practice to focus on being in the present moment, not in the past or the future, but really feeling where we are right now. Know that during our practice today, you are welcome to come back to a seat or a child's pose, or pause this video if you ever lose sight of your body or your breath. Take a moment to reconnect and then hop right back in. You can keep your hands on your knees, or you can bring them to your chest. Before we begin our movement, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths together. Begin by exhaling all of the air from your lungs. Take an inhale through the nose. mouth, exhale. Twice more, breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, inhale, see your intention to stay in the present. And exhale, send it out. Gently blink your eyes open, hands can come down. Today's practice, we're gonna focus on our upper body, a little shoulder mobility and shoulder strengthening. To begin, we'll make our way into tabletop position. So you can remove the block from underneath your seat and start to make your way onto all fours. Tabletop position, our shoulders are stacking over our wrists and our hips are directly over our knees. We'll start with a simple cat and cow pose. So as you inhale, you're gonna drop your belly, arch your back, and look forward. Then exhale for cat pose. We're gonna press into the ground, round our back, and send our gaze between our legs. Let's try that again. Big inhale, cow pose. Arch and lift. Big exhale, cat pose. Tuck and lift. Next, I want you to go through that a couple more times with your own breath. Starting to use our movement and breath together. Think about using the entire length of each inhale, the entire length of each exhale as you transition between postures. Nice, we're gonna take a moment and come back to neutral spine. So not arching, not rounding, but really keeping that nice flat tabletop. Good, from here we're gonna extend our right leg back behind us. Now you can point or flex your foot as long as your leg is active and your hips are nice and even. You can stay right here, otherwise we're gonna extend our left arm forward, finding some balance. Gaze is down just a few inches ahead of your fingertips. Let's take a big inhale as we reach through the heel and the fingertips. As you exhale, bend your elbow and knee, come back into your cat pose as you tuck underneath you. Let's do that again. Big inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let's extend long one last time. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, bring your hand and knee back down to the mat. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So flexing your left foot and pressing the heel back. Now again, you can point your toes if you prefer, but just focus on keeping that leg active with any option you choose. Go ahead and extend your right arm forward. Engage the core as you find your balance. Big inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, tuck and curl in. Again, inhale, reach everything long. Exhale, tuck and curl in. One more time, big breath as you extend long. Exhale, curl in. We'll take one more breath to come long. Inhale, reach everything out. Exhale, bring your hand and knee back down to the mat. Nice. We're gonna start to move into some shoulder work from here. We're gonna do some scap push-ups from our tabletop position. Now in our cat and cow, we were arching and rounding our back. In this next variation, we're gonna limit our range of motion just to the upper back. So if you feel like you're moving through cat and cow, I'm gonna encourage you to make this a little bit smaller. We're actually not gonna move through the mid or low back at all. So coming back to your tabletop position, I want you to drop your chest down between your hands. So you're pinching your shoulder blades together behind you. Then you're gonna push into your palms and start to arch through the back and feel those shoulder blades spreading further apart. Yeah, let's do that again. So we're gonna drop the chest down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and you're gonna push into your palms and spread the shoulder blades apart. Now, there's no movement through the lower back here. Yeah, we're keeping our core tight and our back stays as flat as possible. There might be a little bit of movement as you breathe here, but really minimal. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together, and we're gonna arch and push them away. Good, let's do that 2 more times. So dropping down, squeeze the shoulders, push through the palms, spread them apart. One more time, dropping the chest down, and then pressing right back up. So good, you guys. Return to a neutral spine tabletop position. From here, we're gonna walk our hands forward just a couple inches, spread your fingertips wide, curl the toes under, and find your first down dog. Now it might feel good to pedal out this downward dog, bend one knee, bend the other knee, shake the hips out side to side. In our down dog, our feet are about hip-width distance apart. A soft bend in your knees is great. It allows you to lift your tailbone and find length through your spine. Over time, as your hamstrings start to warm up, you can start to loosen the heels down towards the mat, but don't feel like you gotta push your feet flat. Take a peek forward at your hands. They're about shoulder width distance apart. Again, your fingertips are splayed nice and wide here. Good, we're gonna take an inhale, shift forward to our high plank pose. So in high plank, our shoulders stack over our wrists, our hips are in line with our shoulders. We're gonna move through those scat push-ups. Again, you are welcome to take your knees and do this for modified plank at any point if that better suits your body. We're gonna do 5 of our scat push-ups here. So just like our tabletop, I want you to drop your chest down. Then as you exhale, push up between the shoulder blades. Good, 4 more, dropping the chest down, keep that core tight. Then push up through the shoulder blades. Again, from the knees is always an option, dropping the chest down and pushing back up. Nice, guys, 2 more just like that, dropping down, pressing up. 1 more time, dropping down and pressing up. Nice work. Take your knees wide, toes together, sink back for a child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the mat. You can start to turn your palms up and give your wrists a moment to relax. Ooh, a lot of heat early on in our practice, but don't worry. We're getting stronger and healthier from there. Nice, take 1 more breath here. We're gonna return to our downward facing dog. So coming forward to the knees, planting the palms, and popping the hips up. Nice, from our downward facing dog, we're gonna take an inhale, lift your right leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, bend your knee, round forward into a high plank, bring your knee towards your nose. We're gonna inhale, extend your leg high again. Do that same motion, exhale, bring the knee to the nose, but this time you're gonna step all the way through, coming into a lunge. Your knee is right over your ankle. Now if your foot doesn't make it, only comes part way, go ahead and help it up until it's in the correct position. From here, we're gonna lower our back knee down to the mat, untuck the toes, and come up for a lunge. Take a moment to find your balance here. So again, knee over ankle, hips nice and square. Once you found your balance, we're gonna inhale, stretch, reach the arms up and overhead. Good. We'll take a big inhale as we lift the chest. Exhale, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades back. Bring your elbows back behind you on a goal post position. Let's take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders, sink the hips. Nice, 3 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squeeze it back. Good, twice more, breathe in. Breathe out. Lovely job, 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Nice, bring your hands all the way up, inhale. And then exhale, bring them through heart center and down to your hips. We're gonna curl our back toes under and lift your back knee off of the ground, finding your high lunge. Now at any point, you're welcome to soften your knee back down to the ground and find that low lunge once again. Let's inhale, stretch our arms up and overhead. Again, we're sinking low in our front knee, knee is over ankle. Keeping those hips square, chest is lifted. Lovely, a little different on this side. We're gonna take a big inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna bring your right hand to your hip and start to stretch your left arm over to the side. So you're feeling a big stretch from the base of your left hip flexor all the way through the left side of the body. Keep sinking the hips down. Lovely, take 1 more inhale here. 1 more exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up to your crescent lunge. Exhale, we're gonna open up into warrior two. So you're gonna spin your back heel down, reach your arms up to a T. Now, in our warrior two, our front foot is pointed forward. Our back foot is at about a 45-degree angle, arms straight out. We're gonna inhale, reverse our warrior. Reach up and back, let's pause here. So similar to our lunge, we are sinking down in our hip as we stretch and extend through the upper body. Good, we're gonna take one more inhale. As you exhale, start to lean forward. Bring your elbow to your knee and reach your top arm overhead. Nice. Keep sinking the hips down. Core is engaged, breath is strong. Now start to reach your fingertips towards the front of your mat, finding even more length. Next, we're going to turn our palm to face behind us, see him waving at you. You're going to bend your elbow and bring it to your lower back, really opening through the top shoulder. You can stay right here, or maybe you can wiggle your fingers all the way down to your hip crease. Breathing here. If you're feeling really good today, you can start to bring the elbow down a little further and maybe reach around for your bind, finding your fingertips behind your back, opening the chest towards the ceiling. If you found your bind, gently release. Come back into that extended side angle. Good, we'll inhale up for warrior two. And exhale, circle the hands down to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Pause for a moment and breathe. Full breath in, full breath out. We'll go ahead and move on to the second side. This time you're going to inhale, reach your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, shift forward into your plank. Again, inhale, lift, up and back. Exhale, step all the way through, coming to your lunge. Again, make sure your knee is right over your ankle here. We'll soften our back knee down to the ground, untuck the toes. Start with your hands just on the knee lightly as you find your balance and position, making any adjustments you need. Then as you're ready, inhale, extend the arms up and overhead. We'll take a big inhale as we lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the elbows together, back behind you. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, big squeeze. 3 more times, breathe in. Breathe out. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, breath in. Breath out. Nice, give me an inhale as you extend back into your lunge. Exhale, hands to the heart center, then down to the hips. Curl your back toes under. Let's lift that back knee and adjust for our high lunge. Again, knee is still over ankle. Now our back heel and our back knee are lifted. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, left hand to the hip, right arm stays extended, and let's go ahead and find that side body stretch here. So we're feeling that stretch from the base of our hip all the way through the side body. Maybe even turning the pinky tip inward slightly. Sinking the hips down. Good, we'll inhale, come back up through center, both arms extend up. Exhale, open up for your warrior two. Again, pausing for a moment to find our strong warrior. Front foot points forward, back foot in about 45 degrees. Arms up to a T, but shoulders are relaxed down. Turn your front palm up, inhale, reverse your warrior, pause and breathe. Now similar to our lunge, we're sinking our hips down and forward as we extend and reach back. One more inhale. Exhale, side angle, you're gonna bring your elbow to your knee. Reach your top arm straight up. Pause and feel grounded here. Strong through our legs and core. Then you're gonna turn your palm back behind you, bend your elbow, bring it to your lower back. Your top shoulder is rotating open, This is plenty. You can stay here. If you can feel around for your hip, go forward. Maybe if you sink a little lower, you can bring your bottom elbow down and reach around for the body behind you, keeping your gaze at the ceiling, opening through the chest, slow and steady breath. If you found your body, slowly release, come back into your side angle. Big inhale, we come up for warrior two. Exhale, circle the arms down to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Pause and breathe. Noticing a little bit more balance in the body now that we've moved through both sides. Maybe taking a moment to gently scan the body, noticing any points of difference. Areas that feel warm, strong, or more open. We'll take 2 more breaths here. We're going to take a big inhale, shift forward to our high plank pose. And as we exhale, we're going to lower down to our forearms for our forearm plank. Now, forearm plank, our elbows are forearm distance apart, so right under the shoulders. Palms can either face the ground or they can interlace. Our core is nice and tight. We're pulling everything in towards the center line of our body as we breathe. We'll be here for 4. We're going to release all the way down to the mat in 3. She counts so slow, 2. And 1, lower all the way down to your mat. We're going to set up for Cobra pose from here. So I want you to zip your legs together behind you and push the tops of your feet down into the mat. So much so that your kneecaps pop up. Hands are right underneath the shoulders and light to touch the mat. As we inhale, you're going to peel your chest up off the mat as far as it will go. Now actively push the tops of your feet down into the mat a little further. Send your gaze forward, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Beautiful, take 1 more inhale. Exhale, slowly release back down. Nice work, you guys. We're gonna move into a little bit of a shoulder stretch from here. This one can be a little funky, so if you wanna watch before you come in, that's probably gonna be best because you won't be able to look around too much in this. So, we'll start with our left side. Oh, actually, we'll start with the right side so you can see it a bit better. You're gonna be laying down on your belly. You're gonna take your arm out to a T. Now, it's your preference whether you want your palm down or palm up, but try to keep the arm straight up from the shoulder. As we move into this posture, it might be tempting to bring it down. That's okay, but over time, see if you can keep it right in line at that T position. Good, from here, you're gonna send your gaze the other direction. Bring your fingertips to the mat to support you. You're gonna start to roll onto that shoulder. Now you can stay here with your hips stacked. This is a wonderful stretch. If you'd like to go a little further, you take the top foot, you bend the knee and place the foot, starting to open up the hips. Wherever you are, deep breath in, deep breath out. No pushing or pulling, rather just allowing the weight of your body and of gravity to sink you further into this posture. Take 2 more full deep breaths here. If you've opened up your hips, go ahead and start to square them off. And gently, gently, gently roll back onto your belly. Nice. Bring the arm down and let's switch sides. So, again, maybe adjusting where you are on your mat, bringing your arm out to a T. You're gonna go ahead and roll open onto that shoulder once again, using your fingertips as a support. Hips can stay nice and square, or you can start to open them up. Maybe adjusting where you are on the mat as you go. Make sure your head and neck are relaxed. You can even close your eyes in this posture. Really let your awareness focus in on the sensations in your body. Big inhales to any areas that you feel tension or tightness. Big exhales, letting those areas soften slowly and gently. Take one more round of breath here. Slowly re-square the hips if you started to open them, and gently, gently, gently roll back down to your mat. Really nice work, you guys. We're going to take one more plank before we come into some more relaxation. You're going to plant your palms underneath your shoulders, curl those toes under, push up into your high plank pose, hold and breathe. Find that neutral spine, nice flat back. Feeling all the warmth and heat in our shoulders, strong and stable. We'll be here for 3, knees to the mat in 2, and 1. Take your knees to the mat. We're gonna widen out our knees for puppy pose here. So our knees are gonna come wide like our child's pose, but instead of sinking your hips back to your heels, I want you to walk your hands forward, keep your hips in the air, let your forehead come down, let your chest melt between your arms. Now, if you have yoga blocks nearby and you're feeling quite open from the movement earlier in our practice, you're welcome to elevate your hands, allowing this to go even deeper. That's always an option though. You don't have to do that. We'll take 2 more breaths here. We'll slowly come back up onto the palms. We'll flip around and we'll come into our final relaxation. Today I'm going to show you fish pose, which I really enjoy as a relaxation if you're doing this practice at the beginning of the day. It's a great way to open up through the chest, feel proud and lifted for the remainder of the day. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can simply come to lie on your back for your relaxation. If you're coming to lie on your back, go ahead and get set up. If you're going to use your yoga blocks and come into fish pose, you can follow along with me. You're going to take one block and set it back behind you so you can reach it when you're laying down. You'll take your second block and bring it right underneath your shoulder blades. So for my ladies, that's about where your bra strap is. We don't want it down on the lower back. That's not going to feel good. So bringing the block right up onto the shoulder blades, we're going to slowly, bending the knees, lower ourselves down into that block, letting our head drop back, our arms drop to the side. Now the way I describe this is it should feel like the best part of your day. If it doesn't, you might need to adjust exactly where that block is placed. For some people, this openness through the throat can feel really good and it does provide a lot of benefit. But if you're somebody who has a lot of tension in your neck and this isn't something you can maintain for a while, go ahead and lift your head up, bring a yoga block right underneath it to find a little bit more of a neutral spine. Once you find your comfortable position, you can go ahead and let your legs go long, arms by the side, eyes gently blink shut. We'll take just a couple minutes here to relax. Remembering this is still part of our practice, so be sure to keep your awareness in your body and your breath. Perhaps taking a body scan just like you did at the beginning of your practice. Feel your heels on the mat, your legs, your glutes supported. Feel your back on your block, your head on your block. Notice the weight of your hands and arms relaxing onto the mat. And as you continue to deepen that awareness of your body, Focus in on your breath, not controlling it, but just following that natural rising inhale and a gentle, softly falling exhale. Full breaths in, relaxing breaths out. Know that if you ever lose sight of your breath, your mind begins to wander into thoughts of the day or the week. Be compassionate with yourself. Just start to draw your awareness back into that breath. You're not a bad person for getting distracted. It happens to all of us. Before you begin to reawaken your body, take a moment to notice how you feel here. Noticing any differences since the beginning of your practice. Know that the sensations you have in your relaxation posture don't have to stay here on your mat. You can carry them with you throughout the rest of your day, the rest of your week. And you can always come back to your mat and practice when you need to have a little refresher, when you need to reconnect. Let's start to invite breath back into our body more intentionally, feeling the belly rise and fall. Start to invite small movement into your body. Wiggle your fingers, then your toes, roll your ankles and your wrists. And eventually you'll take a long body stretch, reaching your arms and legs out like you just woke up this morning. Walk your feet in towards your seat, bending your knees. Roll completely onto one side off of your blocks, finding a comfortable fetal position. Pausing just for a moment to feel grounded and supported here. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly press yourself into a comfortable seated position on your mat. We'll finish our practice the same way that we began, with 3 cleansing breaths. You're welcome to keep your hands on your knees or bring them to your heart if that feels comfortable. Begin by exhaling all the air from your lungs. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, see your intention of staying present. Exhale, send it out. Last time, breath in. Breath out. And slowly blink your eyes open. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed that practice and enjoyed that little timeout just for you. I also hope that for the rest of the day, you walk around with your shoulders pulled back, your chest broad, you just stand a little bit taller. If you like this kind of thing, I'm releasing one flow. I'm also releasing one HIIT inspired workout every single week. I'm also added a playlist of my live stream classes that I do with Fulcrum Fitness. So if you're interested in even more workouts, you can go ahead and see those past live streams. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope I was able to help it out a little bit. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.